Hey guys, so taking a look at last week's check-in, many of you did very, very well, and some of you definitely had a hard time. So I thought I would make a quick answer key video to kind of talk you through how and why each answer is what it is. So the first question here is, what is the area of the parallelogram above? Again, we find the area of a parallelogram by doing base times height. So 4 times 3 is 12. So that is our answer, 12 square centimeters, right? Because we're talking area, we square it, and our unit was centimeters. This one was pretty tricky for many of you, so let's talk about it. If we're finding the surface area of this net above, that means we have to find the area of each one of these rectangles and then add them all up, right? So let's first talk about the dimensions that we're working with. This one's a little tricky because it gives us 42 right here, but we don't need this whole length. What we need is this just right here. So because it tells us the 12 right here, if we take 42 and we subtract 12, this part right here is 30. And that's what we need to find the area of all of these boxes, okay? So this one right here at the bottom, we know that the length is 30 and then the height is 6. So 30 times 6 is 180. This one right here is a little tricky too. It doesn't really clearly tell you that it's 12 centimeters. However, if you imagine folding all of these together, you could see that this, right here, would fold over and touch right here, which tells me that this is 12. So 12 and then times 30, which we have right here. 12 times 30 is 360, right? And then this one again is going to be our 30 times 6, which is 180. Up here, it's going to be 360 again. And then, sorry, I'm going to neaten this up. Just our two little side bits are both going to be 12 by 6. And 12 times 6 is 72. 72. Now, if we add all of those up, I'm not going to write it out, but if we were to add all of those up, we would get 1,224 centimeters squared because we are finding the area, surface area of that net, okay? And last but not least, what is the surface area of this rectangular prism? A little bit trickier because we're not talking about, you don't have a net where you can clearly see every single rectangle. So let's talk about it here. I'm going to use my highlighter to try to make this easier. Let's think about this front box, right? That's going to be 6 times 8, which is 48. And then let's talk about this guy right over here. That height is still 6, and then it's 5 feet deep, so 6 times 5 is 30. And then we've also got, and we'll pick a different color, this, our top here is what? 8 by 5. So 8 times 5 equals 40. Now, if you think about it, right, this one right here, this 6 by 8, this was our yellow. That's our front wall. It's going to be the exact same size as the back wall. So we can take this 48 and just do it twice. And then similarly over here, our green wall, which is 6 by 5, on the far right, well, the far left wall is going to be identical to that. So we can do 30 twice. And then our top, that blue one, is 8 by 5. That's going to be identical to the bottom. So when I find the surface area, I just find the area of 3 of the sides, and I add them up. And then I multiply it by 2 because these 3 sides are going to be identical to the other 3 sides, right? So if we do 118 plus 118, 16, 236 square feet is our surface area. I hope that was helpful for those of you who were having a hard time. I think you are all